From Wall Street to Main Street, this is LALATE.
This is your fourth stimulus check updated 2021, and we're ending the week on a bang, as Chuck Schumer confirms my reporting over the last 2 months. We're going to reconciliation. The announcement was made minutes ago by Leader Schumer, confirming all the reporting this channel. Away we go. I'll have all the details of the breaking news, and yes, I'm live in a special live broadcast of breaking news about your fourth stimulus check updated 2021. The biggest single payout you've ever seen in the history of this channel, and away we go. Then the second half of this recording, we go over fifth stimulus, and why there was breaking news this morning that shows this could change a generation. In the middle of this video, we're going to go over the big money that tons of viewers got today as well. Congratulations to those that are absolutely killing it. We can go over the big money you can get as well, thousands of dollars that viewers are going to get, and I want you to get as well. It's starting right now on a special live breaking news report here on Evenings LALATE. Good evening, everybody. How are you doing? I mean, wow, what an evening to end on such incredible, great news. How's the weather where you are? It's cooling off finally here in Southern California. Here in Santa Monica, it is getting nice and breezy. I can feel the breeze coming in the window. It is wonderful. Still relatively cool, and certainly a drop in the temperature. So tell me where you're tuning in from, and how's the weather? One viewer joined us on Afternoons LA from Japan. So if you're international, love to hear it as well. Boy, we have incredible, great news tonight, folks. Leader Schumer has now just confirmed minutes ago, we're going to reconciliation. As I had told you, today was the deadline. Today was the final day. They weren't going to wait another day. I have all the jaw-dropping great news, only confirming everything that I've been saying on this channel, and we're going to get to it in just a second. We're also going to go over how much you're going to get on this fourth stimulus check. In the second half of this video, we're going to go over the breaking news this morning that shows that fifth stimulus raise of SSI and SDI will be the best you've seen of a generation. Oh boy. And then in the middle of this recording, we're going to go over the big money you can get and why countless viewers today have been absolutely killing it. I want you to do it as well. But first, subscribe. This is LALATE, the only 24-hour a day, 7 days a week financial news channel. Live in the morning, taped in the afternoons, but this is a rare live broadcast because of the breaking news. I'm next with you at 7 o'clock Eastern Pacific Standard Time with Evenings Crypto, and then our hit overnight show, 12-hour show, overnights, should I say late evenings crypto, followed by overnights crypto. So hit that subscribe button. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record in 1 year. Next stop, 1 million. Also, like this video. Hit as many likes as you can. Like it. And consider becoming a member. Let's get to the breaking news right off the bat. First, let's start with understanding how much the fourth stimulus pays you. There are two proposals. There's one proposal, one bill for the fourth stimulus, and we're going to start with that one by Jalapal. Jalapal's House bill, it's a bill, provides a stimulus check for the remainder of the pandemic plus 1 year on a monthly basis. The Senate proposal is slightly different. If you're watching me while the show is live right now from Los Angeles at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, jump into the live chat and get ready to vote House or Senate, but not just yet. And if you're watching me tape later in the evening, jump in the comments. So Jalapal's House bill provides a stimulus check for the remainder of the pandemic plus 1 year on a monthly basis. The Senate proposal is from July to December. But before you vote, let's look at that monthly amount. Here's the monthly amount. The House bill provides $2,000 the first month, $1,000 thereafter, every month thereafter. The Senate amount is unknown, but the Senate proposal are reportedly these amounts, either $2,000 a month over 6 months, $12,000 a person, or $1,400 a month over 6 months, $8,400 a person. Wow. Now, before you vote, House or Senate, let's go back to something that is modifying, potentially, Jalapal's payouts. Not the language of the House bill, but what's going on around the globe. Many insiders believe that the legislators may consider the pandemic over by the time that Jalapal's bill is called for a vote. If that's the case, then you would not get pandemic plus 1 year, but 1 year of stimulus checks, 12 months, which under the Jalapal House bill is $13,000 over 12 months. And now let's compare that to the Senate plan. Over 6 months? Yes, wow. So which one do you like? Jump into the live chat if you're watching me live right now, 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. House of Senate, which one do you like? Yes, it's a special live broadcast if you're just joining me because of the breaking news. But first, let's go over how much you're getting. Boy. First, who gets it? You do. You get the fourth stimulus check. So if you're a single individual, you get the fourth stimulus check, $75,000 or less. Married couple, $150,000 or less, you get the fourth stimulus check. Double it. Household, 4 or less, you get the fourth stimulus check. And if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security Railroad Benefits, you get the fourth stimulus check. Congratulations. Now, they're legislators. They make the representations, not me. I'm just a reporter. But they report, and you're going to hear more about this in this later on, is that the vote would be no later than July 4th. That means that the first check would be in the month of July for the month of July, in the month of August for the month of August. We know a couple things also. Not taken out for taxes because it's not income. The amount of the stimulus check would be the same for everyone. The same for adults, the same for adult dependents, and the same for children. And then we also know that the fourth stimulus is currently in a reconciliation process. A two-bill, two-step, 2-month process. And I have all that jaw-dropping breaking news from minutes ago from Chuck and everything that led up to it in the hours earlier today, coming up in a second. But first, let me give you a preview of the second half of this video. Oh boy. In the second half of this video, we're going to go over fifth stimulus, which raises your benefits up if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad Benefits, and Veterans Benefits, and applies a benchmark, which is inflation. Today, we learned more about how that benchmark may be the highest of a generation and lift your benefits really, really high. I have all that incredible great news in the second half of this video, but let me jump into this big money that viewers are doing a superb job. You are doing a great job, people, on getting this money. I mean, it was just yesterday I was saying every 3 hours I'm getting a message. Now it's literally almost an hour or every 2 hours. I'm seeing someone jump into the live chat. I'm seeing someone send me a message on Twitter. I'm seeing a private message on social media. $100 for rent, $1,000 for rent, $1,000 for utilities. I started the day with Tim thanking Chris for his wonderful work, the volunteer. I had Linda thank me on Twitter at noontime. We had one viewer on mornings, LA. I had another one on afternoons. You are just killing it. But if you got money, I want you to get more. And if you've not gotten money, I want you to get that pen and paper ready and stay with me to the very end of this video because I got a lot of money for you starting right now. $350 billion of it land in your city, counties, and states from the third stimulus package. And it's landing this week, and it's landing next week. And what is it? It's money for rent, utilities, homeowners' mortgage, and homeowners' utilities. Where do you get it? Hope you get that pen and paper ready. But first, let me go over how much it is. About $5,000 for rent, 4 to 6 months of rent. Wow, go get it. So where do you get it? 6 places. City Hall, City Housing Authority. County Hall, County Housing Authority, State Hall, State Housing Authority. The key words you're going to use are rent assistance because of COVID. You're not going to say stimulus. They don't know what that means. And you can say Biden Economic Recovery Act. About $5,000 for rent. We're doing really well here. But guess what? There doesn't go a few hours with a viewer saying, I got more money for SNAP or I got SNAP. Lynn Glenn and her son. Every few hours there's another person. So what is SNAP? How much money is it? And how do you get it? Let's go over the details right now. First, what is it? It's money for food. If you qualify for a third stimulus check, then you likely qualify for SNAP. It's money for food. How do you get it? Where do you get it from? You get it from Department of Agriculture. They send out the money. You call them up on the phone, Department of Agriculture, or call 211, get connected over to Department of Agriculture. And how much money is it? And why is it that amount of money? For a family of 4 in Hawaii, it is upwards of $16,000. Wow, why so much? Because of 2 incredible executive orders, one from Biden, one from Trump, that raised it up 15% from now to December for everyone. So go get it. There we go. $16,000 for SNAP, $5,000 for rent. We are doing really well. We're only 10 minutes of this video. Boy, I got some other money for you, and I got some breaking news about it as well. A lot of breaking news tonight. And let's get to the first one over here, which is money coming back from your state. One viewer got $5,000 for it. I'm going to go over how much it is, what it is, and then how you get it and when you get it. First, what is this? This is money that the federal government has identified that was overpaid to you by your state unemployment office, and then they asked you to return the money, and you did. Well, the federal government has stepped in and said, no, that was your money to keep. You should not have had to return it. And now the federal government has ordered the states to return the money back to you. Wow, there you go. This is a lot of money. How are you going to get it? On the bank account you have on file with your unemployment office. Finally, when are you going to get the money? Some states have started to pay out, but they all have different routing times. Some have not started. So reach out to your respective state for routing times. All right, let's get to this other big pot of money with breaking news about this as well. It is the money coming back from IRS for those who pay taxes on their 2020 unemployment benefits. First, let's go over what it is, then how much it is, how you're going to get it, when you get it, and the breaking news with that, and then a tracker tool. Okay, let's first go over how much the money this is. This is the amount you paid in taxes to IRS on your unemployment benefits. So here's an example. Let's say you had $9,000 of unemployment benefits last year. You filed a 2020 tax return of IRS paying $5,000 of total taxes, of which $4,000 was your taxes on unemployment benefits. Congratulations, you're getting back $4,000. All right, next, how are you getting it? In a beige or white envelope in the mail, beige check inside of it written to you. Now, you got to watch that mail. You have to surgically go through that mail every single day until you get that check because it's so thin you can throw it away. Next, when? Well, I got breaking news for you about this. IRS had told us earlier in the month that everyone's checks was going to be sent out, not received, but sent out by the end of May. Well, we're upon that. First group was single individuals, non-complicated returns. Second group, single individuals, complicated returns. And third group was married couples. Now, here's what you need to know, is that the #1 financial TV station reached out to IRS for a commentary yesterday after some of its viewers said that they had not received the checks. I've had a couple of viewers receive checks. One got $2,000. And what was IRS' response? Silence. Silence. Oh boy. So understand that IRS represented they would all be sent out by the end of May, but you could receive it as early as 1 or 2 weeks into June. So watch that mail. If you did have a direct deposit account on that 2020 return, it could land in there. But here's a tracker tool. It doesn't work for everyone, but it's an incredible tool to try. Go to irs.gov. Set up a username and password for free. Put your social security number in irs.gov and then do a transcript search. It'll show the last activity on your social security number. You filed a 2020 tax return, you paid your taxes, and there is that refund. Congratulations. But boy, let's get to Chuck and this breaking news tonight and how we got there. Let me just start first with Chuck, because minutes ago, right before I went on air, the news statement came out. I had told you that this was going to be the final day. It was going to be the final day, and then they officially will be under reconciliation already, even though they already are, that they will officially be under reconciliation. They will be setting themselves up for the vote. The announcement was made by Chuck Schumer minutes ago. There you go, confirming what we're doing on this channel. All right, let me give you all the wind up to Chuck's announcement and explain to you what goes on next. So it started over a week ago when Jalapal, yes, that House member who wrote the House bill, the monthly stimulus checks, it's actually a bill, introduced it to the House floor. When Jalapal wrote that House bill, Jalapal had 100 House Democrats write the president a letter saying, we're going to put this in the fourth stimulus package when it's done. That was then when Jalapal wrote the multiple stimulus check bill. Well, what did Jalapal do to get the ball rolling about a week ago? Jalapal wrote Leader Schumer a letter. And the letter to Leader Schumer said, call the vote. What are we waiting for? It's time to call the vote. Well, I think Jalapal did the right thing because that's exactly what Leader Schumer confirmed minutes ago. So Jalapal, when writing that letter, said basically, what are we waiting around for? We're done. Just call the vote. It got better than that. The people who signed Jalapal's letter to Leader Schumer were among the 100-plus Democrats who wrote that letter to the president saying, we're going to put 4 stimulus checks into the 4 stimulus package. Oh, my goodness. And it got better. It got better. It got much better than even that. A week ago today, this letter came out. This letter is from 7 House Democrats to the President of the United States. In it, they say, we're going to work with you on putting those monthly stimulus checks in the 4 stimulus package. Yes. Now, that's a euphemism, work with you, because the president doesn't write legislation. He's a president. He's the executive branch. The Congress writes legislation. So who are these people to say they're going to write the 4 stimulus checks? They are on the House Ways and Means Subcommittee that is solely and exclusively tasked with the duty to write stimulus checks in all the stimulus packages. Oh my goodness. And they wrote the president saying, we're going to put the multiple stimulus checks in the 4 stimulus package. Oh my goodness. That House Ways and Means Committee, they are small, they are Democrats, and they put the first stimulus checks in there. They wrote it. They wrote the second stimulus checks. They wrote the third stimulus checks, and they're now saying they're doing the 4th. Boy, oh boy, is Captain Obvious behind me? And then it got great last Friday when Joe Biden said the following, and you're going to think this is deja vu all over again, because it is. Joe Biden a week ago today said, I will have lunches with the Republicans every day, but come the Friday before Memorial Day weekend, this today, come to that Friday, I will no longer have lunches with the Republicans. The bipartisan negotiations are off. I will call the vote. Well, guess what happened with Chuck just minutes ago? Exactly what the president had said. Memorial Day weekend was the cutoff. So yeah, next week he's having lunch with Jill. And then it got better on Tuesday. Now, this one's sort of complicated, so I got to slow this down because this is really great news, but a little bit confusing. So let me slow it down. Forced stimulus is paid for by raising the U.S. corporate tax rate. It's currently 21%. The president wants the U.S. corporate tax rate higher. Well, he initially was a little too high. So moderate Democrats said, come on down. It's a little too low. And he said, deal. That was about a month ago. That was great news. But what did he do on Tuesday this week? The president reached out to the G7 countries and said, I want to try to get you to agree to raise the global minimum corporate tax rate to 15%. And they tentatively said yes. Okay, now let me tell you the second part of this. The president has told insiders that after forced stimulus is passed and all the money is sent out, that he's going to try to get the G7 countries to sign on the dotted line to agree to a global minimum corporate tax rate of 15%. And if they do, he's going to drop our corporate tax rate down to where it is right now. Oh boy, it is getting very good in here. And then finally, it got very good yesterday when those 3 Republicans came in with a counteroffer. And finally, you heard from the group you've been wanting to hear from. You've been commenting. Where are those Senate Democrats? They came out yesterday. Those Senate Democrats came out yesterday, not Chuck, but other Senate Democrats came out yesterday and said, we are not accepting this counteroffer. We're calling the vote. And guess what happened tonight? And the president said the same thing as well. And guess what happened tonight, minutes ago? Chuck Schumer said, the president can have a lunch with whoever he wants, but we as legislators are going to reconciliation, and we will be done by the summer break, which is the second week of July. We will be done. We are going ahead, and we are finishing. We are doing exactly what he is doing, exactly what I told you he was going to do, and announcing it exactly on the day and the moment I told you. I told you this was the final day, that it was reconciliation right the next day after Memorial Day weekend. And while the reconciliation process has already been underway, the official announcement of it would be today. And it was. So there you go. Boy, it doesn't get any better than that. Well, it does. If you get some money for rent, utilities, and food, and I want you to get it as well. So reach out to the volunteers. The volunteers are salt of the earth. They are absolutely incredible, and they're on the community page. The reason why people love this channel, and the reason why some people are jealous of this channel, is because we help each other. We don't just read news stories. We help each other. We aspire to help one another. And to those people who got the rent and the utilities and the SNAP today that sent the wonderful messages in the live chat, in the pinned comments, and also in the private messages to me, keep it going. Tell other people that you got it because it inspires everyone else. If you haven't gotten any, then reach out to the volunteers, right? If you've tried to get the money and you can't find it on your own, reach out to the volunteers. Where are they? They're on the community page. Open the description to this video. Open up the description. Then in the description, you're going to see a emoji of a house. Next to the emoji of the house is the words community page. It sends you to the webpage news.lalate.com/community. It has a picture of some cats on the top of the page. And there are the volunteers delineated. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Reach out to them. They'll help you get that money for rent, food, and internet. Ah, boy. And guess what? Don't leave me because I'll be back in 60 seconds. I got more exciting news about fourth stimulus. Fifth stimulus, I'll be going over the voting. It's getting good. It's a good evening. We're live on air direct from Los Angeles with the breaking news. Stay with me. I'll be back in 60 seconds. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.lalate.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues right now on a special live broadcast of Evenings LALATE, direct from Santa Monica at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. With the breaking news, of course, out of Washington, as Chuck Schumer has now announced that the reconciliation process has officially begun, even though it was already underway. The official reconciliation process is underway, number one, and the vote will occur this summer, before the summer break in the next few weeks, as exactly detailed on the channel over the last few weeks. Wow. All the confirmations coming in tonight. It's a big night before Memorial Day weekend, and guess what? I'll move for you all weekend long. So subscribe. This is LALATE, the 24-hour, 7 days a week financial news channel. I'm next with you with Evenings Crypto. That's going to be a big show tonight, and then overnight's crypto. So make sure you subscribe, like this video, and consider becoming a member. Later in this video, you're going to see why membership's really important. And I want to really thank that one nice viewer who dropped a very nice comment during the commercial break saying thank you. That viewer had either help getting rent or got the rent. So I'm very excited for that viewer as we go into fifth stimulus. That viewer said, Kydra Penn, thank you for all your assistance. Thank you for sharing this. It has helped me so much. So whether it was rent or something else that I helped Kydra for, congratulations, Kydra. So let's go into fifth stimulus. Fifth stimulus heats up this fall in September, and it has that add-on, and that add-on is life-changing. It'll raise your SSI and SSDI benefits up, then remove the asset limit, add an inflationary benchmark, Then remove the marriage penalty and remove the income exclusion. Okay, let's go over what that all means. Let's go over the calculations. I'm going to show you why this is the biggest single payout you've ever seen in the history of the program. And what was the breaking news this morning? All right, first, under fifth stimulus, they're going to raise your benefits up one time. Who's you? That's you. SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans benefits, survivor benefits. Your benefits will be raised up one big time. Then they're going to apply a benchmark, inflation. Well, we all know what inflation is. We all know what that is. But what does that mean, benchmark? How does a benchmark work? This is how it works. Every December, they look at your benefits, and then they look at the benchmark. If the benchmark is 0, then your benefits stay the same next year. They never go down. If the benchmark is 10%, then it goes up 10% lifetime, because once it steps up, it never steps down. So what we're trying to determine is what this inflation rate will be in December. It's a hard analysis, but 2 weeks ago, Jeremy Siegel, professor of economics at the Wharton School of Business, said 20%, maybe on the high end. Then this week, we heard from the head of the Federal Reserve out of Georgia saying it's 4% growth right now. It's 10.5% growth in December. That sounds like about 7% inflation. Then all this week, we had people talking about 4 to about 7% inflation. And then today, we started with a new major economic data that was released, I believe, by the Labor Department, that basically showed we are higher than what the Federal Reserve thinks the inflation rate is even now, because remember, it's expected to grow faster. But sometimes you can sort of gauge inflation, looking at what things are around you and where they're going. I like tortillas. And I buy the same tortilla in a bag, and I bought the same one. I like the same one. I've been getting the same one for years. It's always 80 cents. And I went this morning to go get it. It was $1.25. $1.25 from 80 cents. Now that's not 20% increase. That's not even 25% increase. That's a huge increase. That's inflation. So let's go over how this would work under fifth stimulus for this SSI reform. First, they'll raise up your benefits under fifth stimulus. Then they're going to apply a benchmark. Let's say the benchmark is 6% inflation. Then guess what? Your benefits step up next year 6%. But not just next year, lifetime. Because once they step up, they never step down. They never step down. They'll always be plus 6%. So if the year after that, the inflation is 0, you're still plus 6%. The year after that, it's 1%, it's 6% plus 1%. Incredible news. Then they're going to remove the asset cap. The asset cap is getting back to 1980s law. It's going to go away. That says you can't hold more than $3,000 on a bank account. It's going to go away. Just in time to get those stimulus checks. They're going to get rid of the income exclusion, dating back to a 1960s law that says you can't stay on benefits and have income. Now you can go work if you want to and stay on benefits. And finally, they're going to remove the horrible, horrible marriage penalty. Boy, no one wants that. Is going away. The marriage penalty penalizes you, disqualifies you from benefits if you get married, or if you are married, then penalizes you. It's going to go away. So love is going to win. You will be able to marry your lifetime love interest and no longer lose your benefits or be penalized. Amen. That's fifth stimulus. And it heats up in September. A two-bill, a two-step, a 2-month process, just like reconciliation, of 4 stimulus. Likely to see the benefits hit your bank account. They represent maybe by October, November, and then the letter in December for next January. But what's really important to note is that fifth stimulus in the fall, while called by the President of the United States the American Family Plan, actually has a lot of money in there for single people. Did you know there's money in there for single people? You may not have known it. Did you know there's money in there for single people for hazard pay, or money for single seniors or widower seniors? Yeah, there is. And that's the benefit of becoming a member. The member link's at the top of the chat in the pinned comment. Every day I send out the delineation of what's in the fifth stimulus, in the fourth stimulus, and the third stimulus for a series of reasons. One, in a 30-minute video, which is at 29 minutes right now, there's not enough time to ever go over what's in all these stimulus packages. Moreover, a new political report that came out yesterday asked Democrats to support the president, can you tell me what's in the fourth or fifth stimulus package? Over 50% said they had never even heard of it. The other 50% said, I can maybe tell you one thing, but I don't know anything about the rest of it. And that's why it's important for you to know what's in all these packages. That's the first reason. Second one is the month of July is going to get crowded and confusing. Here's the example. 4th stimulus checks will go out in the month of July. Well, what also is going out in the month of July, in addition to 4 stimulus checks? 3rd stimulus checks for the children. Also in the month of July, they're calling a vote on the budget bill, which is not this stimulus. This has nothing to do with stimulus. But if you look at the budget bill, you'd be like, is this stimulus? Is this not stimulus? What is this thing? There's also some standalone Jalapal bills. So you may look at other things and get very confused. I'm here to make it simple for you by sending out every day what's in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. All right, let's go back to now what's important to understand going into next week. I want to go over how many steps were involved in bringing the 4th stimulus to a final vote. Because I certainly expect that some people who are not subscribers or have newly found this channel may think it's a one-day event. It's not. So make sure you subscribe. I'm going to go over this right now. In December last year, I came up with the idea to put stimulus in a continuing resolution. It was my idea. And I said to the viewers of this channel, the Purple Power, let's push to put stimulus in a continuing resolution. And I changed history, and you did as well. We were the reason why continuing resolution had stimulus. But initially then, they didn't want to put a stimulus check. And then I came back and I said, CR for stimulus. We got the stimulus checks into the CR. We changed history. I changed history, and you made the push. But if you remember that moment, it was about 2.5 weeks we got it done. It was a quick turnaround for that 2nd stimulus. But if you were with me in January, you saw the 3rd stimulus was not 2 weeks. So here's what you need to know. There's 2 steps to approve all the voting for a reconciliation. And so let's go over what happens during those 2 steps. Step 1 is the procedural votes, and step 2 is the substantive votes. All right, step 1, the first thing they have to do is they have to send the reconciliation bill to the subcommittees for them to vote on the procedural bill. Then when the subcommittees approve it, then it goes to the House floor for a whole House floor on the procedural bill. When that's approved to the Senate floor for the Senate vote on the procedural bill. We're at number 3 now. Then when the Senate does it, off to the President to sign it. That's 4 steps. You see, we're already at 4 steps. We're only halfway done. Then we go back and we do the substantive bill. The substantive bill goes to the subcommittees of the House, like those House members you saw earlier in this video where they said they're going to write to put those multiple stimulus checks in. That's the subcommittee. That's step 5. Then the floor House vote for the whole substantive bill. That's step 6. Then when it goes to the Senate, not 1 day, but 2 days, 6 and 7 and 8, 2 days of a vote-a-rama in which they vote on what is in the 4th stimulus. And then finally, step 9, the President signs it. This is what the Constitution requires. This is nothing other than what they're doing is following the Constitution. And while it will be done, as Leader Schumer represents in tonight's news statement, which is absolutely incredible, it's not something that's done in 1 day. It's 9 steps. So I want you to be informed and educated because that's how we do it on this channel. And next up is Evenings Crypto, where you're going to get informed and have a lot of fun in that show as well. I want you to hit that subscribe button right now on a big night with a lot of celebration. Also, like this video and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. Stay informed, stay focused. Join me in 2 hours from now with Evenings Crypto and stay with LA for more.